tonight over the Taliban's new arsenal of weapons and equipment left behind by fleeing Afghan forces, all of that provided by the U.S. Tonight, new details on the size of the Taliban's big haul. National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin has more tonight from the Pentagon. Good evening, Jen.
Good evening, Brett. Billions of dollars of U.S. military hardware now in the hands of the Taliban. But that's not the only terrorist threat facing the U.S. military as it races against the clock to evacuate Americans and their allies.
ISIS and Al-Qaeda is absolutely a planning factor. You wouldn't expect it to be otherwise. I'm not going to talk about specific force protection measures against terrorist threats.
U.S. officials estimate the Taliban now control at least 2,000 U.S. armored vehicles, between 30 and 40 aircraft, and an untold number of small arms like these displayed by Taliban fighters in recent days. Night vision, 50 caliber machine guns, and helicopter gunships.
How many U.S. taxpayer-funded military aircraft have been flown out of the country, and what are you doing to get those back?
I have received reports of a number of aircraft that were flown into Uzbekistan and Tajikistan. We're going to take that issue up at a later date.
Data compiled by the Special Inspector General for Afghan Reconstruction in quarterly reports since 2009 warned of corruption and a hollow Afghan National Army employing ghost soldiers for years. The GAO estimates the U.S. provided the Afghan Army nearly 600,000 weapons and 75,000 vehicles between 2003 and 2016. Like the Mujahideen who fought the Soviets with U.S.-provided weapons, the Taliban, which didn't have access to American weapons when they swept into Kabul in 1996, now fully armed courtesy of the U.S. taxpayer. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin hosted his Qatari counterpart at the Pentagon, a key Taliban ally who flew its leader back to Kandahar this week. Qatar is also home to a large U.S. airbase the Pentagon would like to use to process thousands of Afghan evacuees.
Does the U.S.